Today we are producing more than 3 million pages, including more than 2,000 videos and 180,000 images.
Folks, something just hit the internet that got everybody talking. Word is that new material tied to Jeffrey Epstein has started circulating. Once that happened, powerful black names that had long floated in elite circles suddenly drew public attention. And the first name that's making waves is Jay-Z. Speculations have it that he is involved in criminal acts, the kind of high-level social circles where billionaires and moguls cross paths at private events, exclusive gatherings, and behind closed-door sessions that most people could never even imagine. Old photographs, charity galas, and archived footage have resurfaced, and once the internet starts scanning those images, speculation spreads faster than confirmation ever could.
Thoughts on Donald Trump and what it means for what it means for mass incarceration.
You know what? This is a labor of love for Jay, and as a result, he's my friend. We're here to talk about that.
And it gets crazier because Jay-Z been named in the Epstein files too. Word on the street, his name popped up in archived FBI tips tied to Epstein's world. One report claimed that back in the mid-90s, a woman woke up inside what she believed was an Epstein-linked property and said Jay-Z was there alongside Harvey Weinstein. At that point, Jay was still climbing his way up in music, which makes the claim hit differently looking back now. Now, to keep it real, his name never showed up on flight logs or Epstein's personal records, but public opinion doesn't wait for court proof, and seeing his name pop back up brought attention to that 2024 lawsuit that once tied him to allegations connected to Diddy's circle. Even though that case didn't hold up, it left enough noise behind that the conversation never fully died. And that's when Kanye's old warnings start sounding familiar again. For years, he's been talking about power ladders, gatekeepers, and unseen forces protecting certain players until the pressure gets too loud to ignore. Now, with new names entering the spotlight, folks are revisiting what he said with a different mindset.
If you take people like Jay-Z and Pusha T, they made their living our people, so how the fuck they gonna stand up for our people? You know what I'm saying? But we forget that because we love Jay-Z's music so much. We love Pusha's music so much, right?
Then, Naomi Campbell's name also circling the block. She has been photographed in older reports at events Epstein attended. No charges, but when old material resurfaces, even historical attendance at elite gatherings gets reinterpreted. Naomi's been connected to Epstein for years. Allegations say she wasn't just attending, she was allegedly recruiting, acting like a madam, promising modeling opportunities and introducing persons not of age to powerful men. Some say she played a role similar to Ghislaine Maxwell, helping keep the pipeline flowing. Naomi denies knowing about underage activity and says she was unaware of Epstein's crimes. But critics say her body language, her interviews, and the way she dodges questions don't sit right.
Focus on the negative and say this is a vanity charity. There's no vanity about it.
Do you think it's fair to draw you into the Charles Taylor story when you were only a witness? After all, the picture they used clearly shows someone cropped from it. Presume that was President Mandela?
Yes, I do think it's unfair. For me, it's a distorted piece of journalism, and I do love great journalism. But this is a direct character assassination, and it belongs in like an Orwell book.
People online start connecting dots, imagining links that might not exist, and the narrative begins building itself piece by piece until it feels like the room is closing in on everyone named. The next name spinning through the mix is Sean Combs. Already under separate federal scrutiny unrelated to Epstein, Combs' name was inevitably dragged into threads. The internet stacks multiple controversies together, different timelines, events, all to create the sensation that something massive is unraveling. Diddy has been in the picture that should surprise nobody who's been paying attention to how these elite circles move behind closed doors. Ever since the Epstein files started cracking open layer by layer, folks have been revisiting the same question, not just who showed up in the documents, but who keeps orbiting the same environments where power, secrecy, and influence overlap. And when you start tracing those connections, Diddy's name keeps circling back into the frame, especially when you factor in the growing talk that his island scenes operated in the same region and social ecosystem as Epstein's network.
But again, see, he's in cahoots with Epstein. And then
was he in cahoots with Epstein,
Yeah.
or was it just a similar type of an operation?
No, they were friends.
Really?
Yeah, because Epstein had a on Miami as well. That really private, rich estate in Miami, so they were all in cahoots as well. But
then comes Brysher Y. Gray, whose previous legal issues make him a natural target for all the spiraling in the industry. Social media merges his past troubles with the resurfaced Epstein-related discussion, even though timelines do not officially intersect. The effect is like watching a slow-motion pileup, each new name pulling another into the narrative until it feels like nobody in these circles is safe from speculation. Empire fans remember Brysher as the young star with everything going for him: fame, money, momentum. Then suddenly, everything fell apart. Arrests, mental health breakdowns, public spirals, career collapse. According to Bilal, that downfall didn't come out of nowhere. He claims Brysher was pulled into elite industry circles too early, exposed to environments he wasn't prepared for, and left damaged. Bilal says he spoke with Brysher privately and described him as emotionally shattered, crying, confused, and feeling exploited by people he trusted. He alleges Brysher told him he was taken advantage of and bent over by powerful men in the industry, including figures tied to Diddy.
You called her a dope fiend.
Yeah, I called her bald-headed dope fiend, without question. I told her she better sue me because
she said to TMZ when they asked her when she left the Breakfast Club,
yes,
she looked. They was like, well, what do you got to say? And she was like, we're suing, and I was just like, okay,
right.
That's been about 2 years.
Yeah,
and we haven't gotten a lawsuit yet.
Now, another name circling the block is Orlando Brown, of course. The wild card that fans and trolls cannot ignore is Orlando Brown, a figure known for making explosive claims about celebrities over the years. Some people dismiss him, some believe him, but when old clips of him surface alongside these resurfaced Epstein materials, it adds fuel to the fire. People start treating unverified claims as if they have weight, and suddenly the story feels unstoppable, even without concrete proof. Now, if your ears been down to this whole Diddy scandal, then you know that Orlando Brown been one of the loudest industry insiders. Dude been talking and exposing a lot since Diddy's arrest. He's talked about Diddy trying to own his behind for some favors, which he turned down in Meek Mill.
Well, he's talking to code. No, nigga. I said I'm not giving my up. That's not a code. Ain't no code to that. I'm not bending on even no couches. Y'all ain't running up my ass. Ain't no studio for me to go go get ready and be looking like somebody's funny. Get the fuck out of here. None of that shit.
Allegedly took such offers. Remember that audio clip that dropped of Diddy and Meek mid-act? Allegedly. I'm talking full freak mode.
What? Yo, wait a minute. Wait,
Folks said it sounded too real to be fake, and Meek tried to do damage control, calling it a smear job aimed at destroying him. He went on X, claiming he'd pay $100,000 for an investigation into who was behind the smear. But Orlando wasn't buying it. He came back firing hard.
When Diddy got locked up, Meek Mill came out saying that he'll pay somebody $100 grand to investigate that he has nothing to do with anything with Diddy.
Man, look, you can't take back what your received. That's just like the video that's coming out with him and Will.
Then pics and video clips started leaking too. All of a sudden, Meek went real quiet.
Hey, what's up, King Son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
And there's Usher. Dude got plunged into them wild circles when he was just 13. Something he openly admitted.
I moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
in the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle,
right?
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
But what keeps people locked in is how perception moves faster than evidence, and how power networks operate behind the scenes. Private sessions, late night madness, exclusive vibes, these environments are largely inaccessible, but once a thread of federal documentation comes up, imagination fills in the blanks. Circles, Beyoncé has also been linked to. Yeah, the street is loud about her being linked to quite some industry madness. And insiders like Jaguar Wright been boldly pointing the finger at none other than Hov and Queen Bey.
Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyoncé, who was struggling.
And didn't even back down, challenged these powerful folks to sue if she was lying. I don't know what you think, but when someone is this confident, they just might be hinting at raw facts hidden.
Stop coming after outlets. Stop coming after reporters. Stop coming after platforms. Please sue me. I want to go to court. And when it's time for discovery, I guess we can all find out what I really know.
And trust the online community been loud. One user wrote, "The fact that she refuses to say allegedly tells me she ain't lying, LOL." Another hit hard saying, "Please stop defending Beyoncé. There's no way she could attend all of those Diddy parties with her husband and not see what's going on. Why are there people still covering for her?" At the end of the day, what we are witnessing is the tension of perception in action. And here is what everybody wants to know. If more verified material drops, who is next? If official charges ever expand, will it confirm the suspicions people are building right now? Are these names just victims of proximity and viral speculation, or is there more under the surface that has not come out yet? Let us know what you think in the comments and keep it locked, because this drama is far from over. And if you thought this was wild, click the next video to dive even deeper.